I know you're an actor, but you're also developing some of your own projects. So, what's a project that you aspire to create that you have in the works?
So we've been developing an 8 episode TV series called Light Up the Night, which takes place in Toronto in precisely the year 1987. It's a buddy cop series, and we've been, we have the story Bible sort of locked, and we have the pilot written, and we've taken a few meetings with some producers, and we've had some very initial meetings with some talent that would play the two leads, and some of the other principal cast. And we've sort of modularly added all these different pieces. We have a playlist of music from the era, and I've been going during the holidays. I've been going to the library and boning up on titles. I generally have a lot of books anyway. I oversaturate on the book channel. I overstuff the channel with books, but then I went to get some extra ones at the library to read about some things that were ongoing in the city at the time during the 80s. And I was an 80s child, but just to get some things that I might not have known, because I was in those years I was a teen. And then just networking with a bunch of different people that we found on YouTube that had like stock footage from we found a dude who used to take drives from his home on the beaches down Dundas all the way into the core, and he used to have like the original dash cam from like way back. And he lives in Peterborough now, but he used to live in the beaches. So I reached out to him privately, and I'm gushing, and I'm da da da. So he's like, yeah, just come up to Peterborough. I got stuff in the treasure chest. You can come and take a look at the footage, and you can use it in your peripherals. You can use it in your BTS, and you can use it in your pitch deck. And so stuff like that has been really exciting working on this TV series, which we have up on IMDb. And then I'm also working with the same writer from the TV series on some short films that he had in the can, that he just basically on the shelf, excuse me, not in the can, and that he just basically had lying around. And the reason I say that is because I used to direct quite a bit in 2018 and 2019, and I stopped for not just because of the pandemic, but for some other personal reasons. I wanted to work more on my craft, but I noticed that being away from behind camera was something that I started to miss. And I'm kind of I think I'm a natural teacher just in my personality anyway. And so I love being a director, because I love having that relationship of, scrumming with the actors and rehearsing scenes, and not necessarily being a coach, but I love, and now because I've been acting for much longer and I've had much more experience, I think I understand the dynamic a lot better. And I don't want to totally surrender or concede the act of creating my own stuff, or at least directing a crew. I get a lot of professional satisfaction from that. I'm not sure I'd want to do directing full time, because I still find a lot of personal growth from acting. And now that as the new year started, I start telling people I'm 70-30 or 80-20. I'm like, basically, I'm still going to act 80% of the time, but I'll have a 20% in my gaps. We talked about this, off camera at Vikings, but like in the gaps in my schedule, when I have nothing, not nothing, I never have nothing going on, but in the gaps in my schedule, when there's nothing sort of pressing going on, I'll continue to incubate my projects, and hopefully, one of them takes priority as we start to lock down in terms of financing and involvements and people that want to take it a step further. So then one will dominate more of my time. But I did sincerely miss directing, and that's something that I hope that this year I'll do quite a bit of.